Hello, this is
Hi.
Renee and Kent Miller with The Augmentation of Man, and we are here today to talk about some of how we can move with the changes coming, right?
Well, there's a lot of changes coming. We're asking people to awaken, to listen to what's going on around us. But let's start with a new paradigm is developing.
And with this new paradigm, it's pushing us to a new direction, a new operation for being as a human, how we interact with each other, how we interact with our world. And it starts with
this purpose of being.
Yes.
Why we're here. This is why we tell people to awaken. And there seems to be an awakening going on.
There is. It's a gradual building up of a culmination of awakening people.
Awakening people of what's going on around them, what's been going on for 30, 40 years.
More than that.
And we lived in the dark, letting these things create what was going on around us, not paying attention. We're paying attention to our job and having a good barbecue, having friends, all these things.
Sports and entertainment.
We did not pay attention to what really was going on around
the nefarious activities of other humans that are going on in our world. And that is a part of our awakening. A lot of people don't like to look at that that aspect, and it's very negative, but it is a part of our awakening as a species, and we cannot shift to a new paradigm until we realize the good, the bad, and the ugly of our world, so that we can consciously shift and make new decisions.
Well, look at our parents' past. Look what our parents did, and what you did in a younger age, or what you've done maybe recently. We collectively, through all these years, have made what is happening now. Even though we say, oh, we didn't take part in this, what you did collectively.
As a species, as a human species.
You created the issues that are happening now. They're coming right out in front of us. They're straight in front of our eyes. So you need to look and awaken.
So where we are at today is the culmination of all decisions and thought processes that have occurred all up until this point in time. These repetitive thoughts, the way that we think, the way we interact with each other, even to the point of our repetitiveness of choosing to ignore that which is occurring around us in our own environment. Those sort of things have led to the continuance of the negative that exists on our world today. And so now we have this new energy coming in. There's a prelate who is often referred to us in our spiritual guidance. A prelate in the human language relates to somebody like a bishop in the Catholic Church.
In that sense of the word.
But in a spiritual sense, it has nothing to do with religion. It is a high being who is responsible for making decisions and setting forth the energy pathways for a particular change.
Yeah, and which in this particular changes caused so much upheaval. We did not recognize this upheaval until just probably within the last 10 years. What is going on? We started saying to each other, what is happening out here? So it's going to be very difficult for everyone.
This is a period of transformation. It is the end of one cycle and the beginning of the next that is upon us. And the transformation is that period of time in between the two cycles when there are massive changes that happen. There's a correction in our level of understanding.
These changes have to happen.
They do. They have to happen. And so to resist change is only going to result in more trauma to ourselves. So we have to be able to put down the resistance and to move with the flow of energy as it is trying to change our environment for the better.
So things are happening, and coming together as one, showing gratitude toward each other, will not happen until the change happens, the transformation. Those that are taken out of their context and those that are left will finally come in unison, will become one in a sense of the word, where they show love and respect to each other.
We have a lot of trials to go
Not
through.
until these things happen. To those that are part of the cult that misuses humanity.
Yeah, there's some very ugly things that are going on that a lot of people are starting to awaken to.
Especially children. Like, we cannot stand ones that use children.
Yes, this is a horrific segment of our society that
needs to go away.
We need to ostracize, and so that will come with time as people awaken to the atrocities that have been occurring. So all things that are happening now are a result of past behaviors and decisions combined with new energies coming in that are going to diametrically change how we think and influence the decisions that we make and how our bodies function as a part of our DNA expression. And that specifically has to do with, that DNA change has to do with how our brains function.
Yeah, are you ready for this change? Are you ready for everything that is going to happen in a very short period of time?
5 years, we're being told most of these changes will occur in the next 5 years.
So there's always a time lapse between the energy that is setting this event up and when we really realize it on a physical reality. I don't know how long the time lapse is, but it's not that long.
It, I think, depends on what kind of energy and what kind of change we're talking about. So what we have noticed in our own, with our channelings, we're given the information of the energy as it's being released at that time for a particular change. And that does not manifest itself for some period of time in our physical reality.
It depends on what they're looking at. Like, now things are becoming so ramped up in what's happening that they have to move the human race along quickly. It's not like 2, 3 year, 4 year lapse time. That it's now happens. It's got to happen pretty much now. In other words, within a year or a year.
So these rapid changes, they're going to be quite an insult to our state of mind. It's going to be rough. It's not going to be easy. We have to be strong.
Those that believe in justice and what is going to take place will become stronger in their belief.
And we can be stronger.
If justice does not take place, then it will not happen.
If we can be stronger by supporting one another, extending our love and our respect and our gratitude for one another, and upholding each other during this difficult time of change. This is not a negative. We are being assured by our spiritual guides that this change is the positive. This is to reset humanity's path to the whole reason why we are here, the purpose of life. And
purpose, and the word here is for, not of. The purpose for life.
Yes. And so what is the purpose of life? We are here.
Not of life, for life.
What is the purpose for life? Okay. So why are we here? We have taught this many, many times. We are here in an experiential learning field, one of many, many fields that we can learn from. It is through our interactions and with each other, with the field, this three-dimensional field with a fourth-dimensional classroom that present decisions for us to make. And when those decisions result in an event, then we reflect upon that event and the decisions that we have made to come to a higher level of understanding.
Now, when she says the decisions we have made, our thoughts have been manipulated by others for 60, 70 years, ever since World War II. They have been manipulating our thoughts.
Especially through television, movies,
all those
the
different
media.
things. Yeah, and we fell right into that box, that parameter of wanting to do what they want us to do. It's time to get out of your box and awaken to the manipulation that has been going on for tens of or 60 or 70 years since World War II.
So, and maybe even older than that.
Well, it could go back to the 1900 or when the Fed was created.
So, knowing that our thoughts have been manipulated by many different people with different agendas,
with power, that want power
and control over us, basically. It's going to take a level of work to erase those old thought patterns, and that's what we really need to start focusing on is, evaluating why we hold on to certain belief systems and letting those go.
So how do you make these decisions? Well, first of all, prayer, meditation, and the act of awakening.
And so the act of awakening is awakening to everything that is going on around us in our environment, on the earth.
And don't just pay attention to your job and what day it is exactly and family. Those are important things. But also pay attention to what is going on around you each and every day. We have a sticker up on the microwave. Look at everything that's going on around you. Incorporate it in your everyday life. When you do that, you'll begin to understand how you're being manipulated.
And then break away from redundant behaviors, things that we do, the repetitiveness of always coming home and turning the TV on.
Yeah, the same channel each time, no matter what. If you want to know more, go to the different channels and listen to each one, what each one says. Or better yet, go to, if you can afford the Blu-ray, go to the YouTube channel and look at the different things that are put out on that. Open your parameters.
And so, there's been this thought out there that has been promoted by, several groups of people to only look at the positive. What we need to realize is that being ignorant to what is happening in our world does not change that which is bad and does not serve us. So when we shine the light on that has been taking place in the shadows, that is how we can affect the change for the better. And so we urge you to open up. You don't have to become consumed with these things, but open up to what is actually happening in our world so that we can shine the light on the darkness and we can change things for the better.
Yeah, and we cannot change things until you look at one another and exchange communication, whether it's good communication or bad communication in your
we need to
what you
respect
expect.
free
You gotta,
speech,
right, respect, yeah,
and
respect free speech
have
and those that have an,
logical debate,
and yeah,
right?
and debate opens up a lot of parameters for those that want to understand. And you can help those understand that by doing this, they can understand more of what they think.
Also, what we've been
If
taught
that
by
made
our
sense.
guidance is that we have to understand what energy pathways led up to where we are now. And so how did certain things come to evolve? How is it that we have things happening in our world today that maybe we only become cognizant of it in the last few months? And why is it that we didn't recognize it before now?
Well, because things are shut down now. People have to listen. They're stuck at home, okay, or relatively close, but they have to entertain themselves with turning on the TV. Don't turn on movies. Look at what people are saying. I don't care which side you want to listen to, but listen to both sides. You know, you can maintain your understanding from one side, but listen to both sides to get the whole picture.
And we have to really, that's kind of hard for some people.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard because that's some of those things that they hear will go against their thought. Don't turn it off because you don't believe what they say.
Or don't like it. It's uncomfortable.
There's a lot of things we don't like in life.
A lot of things are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But we cannot change it until we understand it. And so we urge you to use prayer and to use meditation to help you understand, because it's through the meditation that we interact with the field around us, that is the conscious field, that is trying to inspire our thinking to a higher realm of thinking, a higher degree of thinking.
And this prayer and meditation is basically the same thing as whether it's Christianity or Muslim or Buddhism or Hinduism. Don't put yourself in those boxes and say, well, I'm a Hindu, I can't do this. You're a human first.
I would have to say prayer is more that you are expressing your own thoughts and feelings and desires.
Listen for the answer.
Meditation is more the listening for the answer.
Okay, start out with prayer and do meditation, listening for the answer.
There you go. Anyway, we cannot change until we start to release these old thought patterns, start to open our parameters as to what is really going on in our world, shine the light on the darkness, pray for our positive change. And only then will we start to see a brighter day when we start working in conjunction with the energies that are coming in to help us with those positive changes.
Yeah, and God save all the children.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Peace be with you on your journey to enlightenment. Take care. Have a good day now.